It's an absolute gold mine right now with NFT flipping. I don't remember a time in the last decade where it's been this easy to make money. I'm seeing it time and time again where people are flipping NFTs and doubling their money every time. And they'll be starting with $1,000 and within just months their NFT collection is worth over $100,000. And there's still massive opportunity here. What a lot of people are doing right now is they're finding a half decent NFT project, they're buying, let's say, 4 NFTs in that project at mint, which basically just means they buy it directly from the founder as soon as the project is launched. And normally when you buy an NFT right at the launch, you won't be shown the artwork yet. You're shown a kind of placeholder image or generic artwork. It takes a few days before the artwork is revealed, and just before the reveal date, that is when the NFT is usually its highest price, just before it drops off at the reveal. So often if you're flipping, just before the reveal is the best time to sell. So I'm seeing it where they'll sell 2 out of 4 of their NFTs for a profit, and they'll keep the other 2. And so essentially the profit that they made from flipping the first 2 NFTs will pay for the other 2 NFTs that they're going to keep. So they've just got 2 NFTs essentially for free, which they will then hold long term. It's worth mentioning that by flipping your NFT within 48 hours, you're probably not going to be 100xing your initial investment, right? But you can easily double or even triple your money. And if you start with $1,000, which doubles to $2,000, which doubles to $4,000, which doubles to $8,000, and compounding can soon take it to 6 or even 7 figures. Benefits to buying at mint. Okay, so let me go a bit deeper. There are 2 types of NFTs. The more premium NFTs, such as Bored Ape Yacht Club and CryptoPunks, and those go for hundreds of thousands of dollars each. They're more stable, long-term investments. However, most of us don't have that kind of money to be investing in NFTs just yet. Most people have $1,000 or less to spend, so at this price, buying an NFT at mint will cost you anywhere from $100 to $700. This is usually the best way to go if you have a small budget, and then flipping that NFT about 48 hours later. Another benefit at buying at mint is that you don't have to pay for expensive gas fees. In the Ethereum network, if a lot of people are trying to buy at the same time, gas fees can sometimes go into the thousands of dollars. And if you're buying at $500 NFT, for example, you don't want to be spending thousands of dollars in gas fees, right? So let me give you an example. Cyberkongs VX minted on Sunday the 15th of August 2021 at just 0.07 ETH. They immediately hit the second-hand market at an average price of 0.6 ETH, so that's already almost 10x on your investment. And as expected, just 6 days later, it hit an average price of 2.2 Ethereum. So it further tripled its value in just 6 days. And then what usually happens is, a few days later after minting, is the hype slows down, so people sell and the price drops again. It's at this peak, just after minting, that is often the best time to sell if you're just interested in flipping. You would have had to wait until January, so 5 months of holding, before you'd be able to sell for significantly more than the first peak just after minting, and in that time you could have used that Ethereum that you liquidized when selling after the peak to invest in other projects and multiplying your return. So again, it's the argument of, do you hold and wait it out for bigger returns in the long run, or do you sell pretty much straight away and use those profits to invest in other projects? And like I said at the beginning of the video, one strategy is to sell half of your NFTs straight after minting and then holding the second half of your NFTs for longer term gains. Choosing your projects. So then how do you know if a project is worth minting? Because there are so many collections out there. Again, let's take Cyberkongs VX as an example. The Cyberkongs project launched in March 2021 and organically built itself to one of the top thought leaders in the space. So straight away, because they were so early into the game with their Cyberkongs Genesis collection, they already have a strong pedigree and reputation. So you pretty much knew that straight after launch, the Cyberkongs VX collection was going to skyrocket in value. And these are things that you should be looking out for when looking for your own projects to buy into. If a project doesn't sell out in the first couple of hours or the first couple of days, then there's a good chance that the project will never sell out and it will eventually die. So really, you're looking for a project that has the potential to sell out. Cyberkongs have a great website with a very kind of clean roadmap, and and there's utility within the collection, so you can gain access to private Discord communities, and eventually you'll be able to use the Cyberkongs NFTs as an avatar within the sandbox. Their Discord community is huge and extremely active, and the founders are keeping everyone up to date with what's happening on social media. Also, you'll need to make sure that the founders are legit. A lot of rug pulls happen, and rug pulls are basically where the founders cash in and abandon the project, making the collection plummet in value. So a lot of these happen when the founders are either anonymous, so often they'd have pseudonyms rather than their real names, and really the more you know about the founders, and obviously the more experienced they are in the NFT space, the better. But all of this information should be on their NFT website, and if it's not, it should be on their Discord or Twitter. And if you really can't find that information, then that's a bit of a red flag, and I'd move on to the next project. So these are all things that you need to be looking out for when evaluating whether an NFT project is worth investing in. Getting on the whitelist. So surely if you can buy an NFT super cheap at mint, wouldn't everyone be competing to buy at such a cheap floor price? Well, yes, and that's why you need to get on the whitelist. So a whitelist is basically where you are given the priority to buy the NFT before the general public have the opportunity to buy it. So you can buy it at a much cheaper price. So you need to get onto the whitelist, but how exactly do you do that? Well, you engage in the community, even just being one of the first ones to join a Discord server. So some projects will give you a whitelist spot if you're one of the first, let's say, 2,000 people to join the Discord server. But finding a really good project this early can be quite difficult. Once you are in the Discord server, then ask questions, talk to people, stay engaged. And if the mods or founders in the server keep seeing your name pop up, then you're probably going to get a spot on the whitelist. But then again, it does depend on the project. Most Discord servers do raffles and pick people, others do competitions. If you have some kind of social media following relating to the NFT space, then it's a lot easier. You can usually just message the founders and ask to be added. And finally, probably the best way, but also the most expensive, is by joining alpha groups such as Plug Pass. And you can access these on NFT marketplaces like OpenSea. Although they're quite expensive, the communities have been created to give you exclusive access to whitelists that are unavailable to the general public. So you should be able to kind of make your money back, even sometimes 100 times over sometimes. Not only that, but it is an NFT in itself, so the price will fluctuate as well. So you could even sell it in the future for more than what you bought it for. So alpha groups are a great way of getting into the whitelist, but they're also valuable for finding new projects that have a lot of potential too. So by following the right Discord communities and also spending some time doing your homework on Twitter, it's not too difficult to find projects that you'll be able to flip within, let's say, a couple of days, making a half decent profit. So tools such as NFTcalendar.io are really kind of helpful for finding out what new projects are coming to the market. And so is Rarity.tools. And with Rarity.tools, you can also see how rare or collectible an NFT collection is. And that's important because rarity is one of the most important, if not the most important factor in determining the value of an individual NFT. One thing to note is that although it might seem like casting a wide net and researching lots of different projects in different niches might be a good way to diversify, often it's best to niche down and really get to know a market. The more you know about an NFT market, the better your investment decisions will be, because there really are so many NFT projects popping up every single day. It's impossible to be an expert in every NFT niche. So often it's best to just choose one or two niches. Maybe it's buying land in Decentraland or NFT gaming or the crypto art scene, and just digging deep into that one community. As with any investment opportunity, there's no guarantee of profits with NFTs, but you simply can't ignore the fact that so many people are making very healthy profits right now. Flipping can be a quick and relatively simple way of making a lot of money very fast. But if you are looking at buying your first NFT, I made a whole video on how to buy your first NFT in 3 simple steps. There's some super important advice that you need to follow that could stop you losing potentially hundreds or even thousands of dollars. You can click on the card on the screen to watch that. Alternatively, I made another video on the top 5 NFT projects that could explode in 2022. Again, you can click on the card on the screen, whichever video you choose. I'll see you over there.